Hello YouTube and welcome to tutorial number 13 in the PHP programming tutorial series, and in this tutorial we're going to cover the array. Now basically an array is just a way to store multiple variables within one family, and today we're going to learn about the numeric and associative array. So first of all, let's jump straight in. Let's go to the numeric array. If we just create the PHP file, we'll call this array.php, and we'll excuse me. And the way to declare an array is similar to creating a variable. Now remember when I told you that you didn't have to specify the data type for variables in PHP? Well, that is different with an array. You have to declare the variable type, which is an array, first. So we're going to call this names. It's going to be our array. It's going to contain some names. I'm just going to call it, well, you have to type the array keyword after names and then put some brackets. And inside these brackets you will specify every member of this array. So you enclose them in quotes. So the first name is going to be Chris, and then have a comma to separate each part of the array. Second name is Tom, comma, and third name is Bob. So what we've done here is we've created a new variable, and we've specified it is an array, and then in brackets we've said that the first member is Chris, second is Tom, and third is Bob. Now onto one of the confusing parts of all programming languages really with arrays. I guess if you looked at this and you had no programming experience, you would think, okay, so number 1 is Chris, number 2 is Tom, number 3 is Bob. That is wrong. With arrays in programming, it starts counting from 0. So if we just put a comment here, so that means that Chris is number 0, and then Tom is number 1, and Bob is number 2. So instead of Chris being number 1, Chris is actually number 0. You should never get that confused in PHP. It will be difficult to understand at first. Maybe you might make a few mistakes, but after a while of using this, then you'll get used to it. So that is one of the fundamentals of arrays that you must remember. So now we've got that out of the way, let's carry on. What we're going to do is techo. I'm getting quite confused and really tired at the moment. We're going to echo out names, and what we do when we echo out an array, you need to put the square brackets, and inside the square brackets you need to give the name of the array. And what we're going to do is put 0 right now, because that's in position 0. It's the first one. So if we save that and go to array.php, and there's an error on line 3. I bet I've missed a semicolon somewhere. What have I done? I've done something wrong here, so let me just figure it out. Okay, so I've actually just figured out what I've done wrong, and it's actually something really stupid. I didn't put the assignment operator here. So when declaring an array, you have to do the array name, then an equal sign, and then type out array, and in brackets you will type out the values to go inside that array. So I apologize for that mistake. It's actually quite, the easiest mistake I can make. I can't believe I didn't realize what it was. So anyway, if I just save and reload that, you'll see that it echoes out Chris, as Chris is the value 0. And then if we change that to 1, reload it, Tom is the next value. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show you guys how to make an associative array. That was a numeric array, and it's similar to declare. This is going to be called ages, and I'm going to give each name an age. So ages equals, and I remember the equal sign this time, array, and then we'll put our brackets there. But different when declaring this is that we don't declare just the value, we also declare the name of the value. So the first value is, I think it was Chris. This is the name, this isn't the value of the array. So Chris, and then we put this equals, and then greater than sign. And now we type the value of the array. And for this, it is going to be 18. Then we'll have a comma. And then next name was Tom, I think. And then we're going to do equals, greater than. Tom's going to be 20. And then it was, I think, Bob, equals or greater than, and then he's going to be 16. So Now let's just save this, make sure there's no errors. Okay, the array saved successfully. So now to call the array, it's also similar than to call a numeric array. What you do is do echo, and then you type the name of the array, which is ages, and then the square brackets again, but the only difference is inside of the square brackets you need to use the name of the value. So if we try name as Chris, save this, reload, and it'll give the age of 18. So we can just embed that into a sentence, maybe say Chris is, and then concatenate this onto here, and we'll have ages with the value of Chris, concatenate again, years old, and then full stop, forget the semicolon, and then reload it, and it'll say Chris is 18 years old. And just before anyone pointed out, you actually don't need a semicolon at the end of your last statement in PHP. That's a fun fact, I guess. But I would just put one at the end every time just for good practice, so you'll see it still works. So we'll put that back on. Okay, so let's just try to get Tom's age. So we'll just change this to Tom is, and then we'll find the ages in the array ages of Tom. Save that, and Tom's 20 years old. So what we can also do is print out the contents of an array, and we can do that with the print r function. So print underscore r, and then in brackets we type the name of our array, which is ages, and then so if we reload this now, it'll say that Chris 18, Tom 20, Bob 16. Now there's another type of array which I won't teach in this tutorial, maybe in a further one, because I don't want to run the time over, but I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. So just to evaluate, to create a numeric array, you will just assign the name of the array and then the equal sign, so you know, don't be an idiot like me and forget the equal sign, which is the assignment operator, and then you type the word array, and in brackets you type each value of the array, and each value will be enclosed in quotations and separated by a comma. And to call an array, you simply just put the name of the array, so ages, and then in square brackets the numeric value of which array you want to output. But with an associative array you can actually name your array value, so give it a name, and then you can just call on that with the array. So thanks for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, simply leave a comment, and yep, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also, you know, give me a message if you have any questions also. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.